in his fun little way, then it does make its way into Fox News, and then, of course, your Facebook feed. How do you create more accountability in the conservative ecosystem for basically dealing with propaganda?
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to Andrew Says I Wouldn't Lie to You, except for maybe in 2020. Gotta change it up a little bit. NBC's Meet the Press has it finally all figured out, you guys. They know how to find the fake news. They know who's providing it. They know which outlets are handing it out to you, or shoveling it down your throats, all this fake news and propaganda. They've identified how all the alt-right troll propaganda gets to you. And as it turns out, everything comes from 4chan and Reddit and InfoWars, and it gets fed to you by Fox News and Facebook, Drudge Report, all these people. Let's just let them explain for you. Here it is. Here's Meet the Press and Chuck Todd.
I want you to address what I think is an ecosystem problem, at least on the right. I want to put up something that my colleague Ben Collins put here. It's a bit of an ecosystem here. It'll say you'll get something starts on 4chan. There's the subreddit of Trump. InfoWars might pick it up. Then it starts inching into the mainstream. Gateway Pundit might just say, "Oh, what's this about?" Then it gets to Drudge, might have a provocative headline in his fun little way. Then it does make its way into Fox News, and then, of course, your Facebook feed. How do you create more accountability in the conservative ecosystem for basically dealing with propaganda?
Well, it's hard work. I mean, I think it begins by trying to instruct young conservatives in the canons of journalism, mainly empirical verification, right? And this, I think, the distrust of institutions that's long-standing among conservatives has led many of them to no longer believe in the idea that you need kind of evidence in order to forward a fact, or they don't believe in certain verified sources, credentialed sources of evidence or information. They don't trust any of it. One other change that I think it makes all of this more difficult is it used to be you can go to the supermarket and you see the tabloids and you see the Weekly World News and the alien has predicted who's going to be the president this year, and you move past it.
Right.
Maybe some people get a chuckle, maybe some people believe it, but it's a minority of the population. Today, you can't ignore it because it's everywhere. And the second you go on one of these platforms, social media in particular, you're confronted by it.
First of all, the hair of Meet the Press. What's going on here? We got Chuck Todd here. Just his hairline just clinging to life. I'm like, my God. Let it go, man. Let it go. And then I'm not sure who this other guy is. But the old news mohawk, that's a new one to me. It's a little much, I think. So it all starts on 4chan. Not sure how, why, or where. Because as I'm sure they know, or are pretending to not know, 4chan is like an open forum. Anyone can post anything on there and take from that what you will. Then I guess the subreddit, the Donald picks it up somehow from there. Somehow people on Reddit are taking everything from 4chan, even though this evil subreddit is literally just links to tweets, news articles, and images, as you can see here. Everything's got a link attached to it. If you've seen my videos in there, then thank you for upvoting it. But it's not, nobody's reading in-depth analysis from Redditors, I hope not. But it's all just links to different websites, pictures, and memes and stuff like that. I don't understand. Then, of course, InfoWars has to be in there somehow. They had to find a way to fit InfoWars in. And they mainly just aggregate news stories on their website and write a couple paragraphs around it. Or you'll just get Alex Jones or one of the other shows literally just reading headlines or whatever they want to talk about. Is Alex Jones wacky? Yes. Do I trust him more than Chuck Todd and NBC? Yes, I also do. How did that Epstein coverage on InfoWars stack up against NBC's? How does NBC's election prediction stack up against InfoWars? You tell me, I don't know. Who do those guys have over there? Chuck Todd with his LeBron James hairline clinging to life. Very trustworthy. Rachel Maddow, oh wow, how did the whole Russia investigation go? The idea here is that everything is a conspiracy, everything's disinformation and misinformation except for them. You can only trust us, you guys. Only trust NBC. But of course, the Gateway Pundit then takes their cues from InfoWars, who then in turn forwards it all to Drudge. Now, what's Drudge Report, you ask? Oh, you mean the website that's literally a news aggregate. If you go on Drudge Report, as you can see, it's literally just links to other websites. It's just a bunch of headlines to other websites. I'm not sure how you can take a narrative from that and then say that that's somehow getting pushed to Fox News because it doesn't make any sense. Then Rush Limbaugh, and then Fox, of course, and people on Facebook, they only post things from Fox. You only ever see stuff on Facebook from Fox, right? You never see liberal or Democrat stuff or Vox or Now This or social media has never been biased. Everybody understands that it's biased and left-leaning now. But no, it's only... And how is this at the end? How is Facebook the end of everything? Everything all just leads to Facebook, and that's where everybody's getting their information? Interesting. Very cool. We're basically dealing with propaganda, he says, as he delivers propaganda. Wow, this is just some magical stuff we're starting off the year with. What does this even mean, NBC? How do you just put up a bunch of different sources, and at least 4 which can essentially be attributed to anything, to any point of view? And be like, these people get intentionally bad info, and it all comes from 4chan, and we're just trying to get you the truth over here at NBC. Either they think you're stupid and don't know enough or care enough to look into these things for yourself. You just don't know about these websites and you're taking their word for it. Or they themselves do not have any idea what they're talking about. I used to be leaning towards more the former, that they just think you're dumb. But now I'm starting to think that after all these years of watching the news and reading their articles, that they're just so arrogant that they believe their own stuff. It's all their own little circle. I mean, we could make a flow chart of them if we want, and it would just be MSNBC, CNN, ABC, whoever the hell else you want, the Young Turks. Green is blue. Oh, green is blue. Green is blue. Green is blue. Oh, well, I guess green is blue, you guys. That's it. Like, how can you claim this against other people when literally all these networks say the same thing? It doesn't make any sense to me. You will never see Chuck Todd or Rachel Maddow or any of these types debate anybody. You will never see them in a TV format where they get heavily challenged by somebody who's completely opposite of them. It's always they have to be in control in these tiny little segments, and it's just like, whoa, how do we stop this alt-right propaganda, you guys? Why? Because it would be embarrassing for them. They wouldn't have a show. Nobody watches them anyways. All these Fox viewers are watching propaganda. All these people don't know what's going on, but NBC does, Chuck Todd does. Well, the unfortunate thing about that for them is they kind of suck, and people don't really like them that much. Top 5 cable news shows of 2019. Hannity, Tucker, Maddow, Ingraham, the 5. So, Fox, Tucker Carlson, Fox, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, whom I disagree with, but clearly enough people like her, I won't even say some, Fox, and look, also Fox. Interesting. So if 2.8 million people watch Rachel Maddow, are those the smart people? And the other 10 million, they're just all stupid? But if you look into it even further, and the article links to, Fox News has averaged 2.5 million viewers per night in 2019, the most in its 23-year history, making the network the most watched channel on basic cable, not just news network, but the most watched network entirely, Fox News, on basic cable. According to Nielsen Media Research, Fox News beat out ESPN with its 1.78 million, and third place MSNBC, which drew an average of 1.75 million viewers in prime time. Fox topped its cable competitors for a 4th straight year, Nielsen said. CNN laughably finishing 22nd with an average of 972,000 viewers per night. 4 straight years, everyone who's been watching Fox has been watching alt-right propaganda that comes from 4chan and makes its way through Alex Jones and Reddit, and then once it's gone through the litmus test, the gauntlet of people punching you, then it's good enough for Fox. And then who knew that Facebook was what everybody was hoping they would have their news sources end up being? Isn't it odd that you don't see Chuck Todd on there? Isn't it odd that you don't see Anderson Cooper or Don Lemon or resident CNN tough guy Chris Fredo Cuomo? I'll throw you down the stairs if you say anything mean to me. So, but all these networks who are wrong about the election, the Mueller report's gonna prove the Russia conspiracy. Oh, the impeachment will be the end of Trump. Oh, there's no crisis at the border. Oh, the jobs aren't coming back. He's lying about them. Oh, quid pro quo and everything. Everything's racist. People aren't really watching that, are they? They're all right. It's you who are wrong. What's that meme? Principal Skinner? No. I'm correct. It's the children who are wrong. I mean, at least you got Rachel Maddow right. let me know how the Russia thing went. Oh, right, the Russia investigation. But at least she had Trump's taxes. Oh, no. Oh, that's a shame. So who are you going to watch in 2020? Let me know. You can hit me up on Instagram at Andrew Does, which might be somewhere around, I don't know, which corner? This one? Thank you all for your support in 2019, all the way up here in my igloo in the Arctic. Thank you for sticking with me through all the YouTube censorship and the stranglehold. I will not give up in 2020. Whatever you're doing for a living in 2020, do not give up. Keep your passion side projects going, even if you don't have enough time. Just keep slowly building momentum and keep trying to get to where you need to be. Visualize yourself, like Conor McGregor says. Visualize and you will achieve good things, I promise. And I'll stop talking, like Christopher Walken. New Year's resolution, maybe. Pledge to me on Patreon. Just $1 a month. It only takes a couple minutes. I swear. I wouldn't lie to you. And I wouldn't lie to you just this once. But I don't think I lied in 2019 at all, to be completely honest, you guys. So here's a couple lies for you. Trump's going to jail. I'm 19 years old. I'm not handsome. And you shouldn't like, share, and subscribe. Those are all lies. Happy New Year.
Big up the Q for this one.